Greetings everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the Focal ELEX headphones that I just got from Mass Drop here. And I also brought in a Tonecraft cable by Audio Envy to test out. So let's take a peek here. Really nice looking box that it comes in, and headphones look good, no complaints there. And I gotta admit, I immediately hooked it in with the Tonecraft cable because I had so much success with the Sennheiser headphones on them, and really instantly there was just no complaints. The sound was smooth. I didn't feel like anything was jumping out, irritating me. It had a good amount of feathered in the high frequency, which reveals to me that the harmonics are fundamentally keeping up. Good richness. The vocals in the mid-range sounded warm and appealing. So yeah, I think overall I was kind of initially very impressed with that performance in that recording. I put in the stock cable, and the best way to put it is, if the sound was basically if the sound was this big, it just kind of went down to shrunk down. It wasn't immediately horrible, it was just that I felt the harmonics all of a sudden were somewhat stripped away, and I was listening to a lot of the fundamental wave, and so it just was a little bit lackluster. I would say the enjoyment dropped at least by 30%. These headphones here cost about $700. These guys here, the Sonorous 3, you can get for about $300 or $400. Okay, and then if you added in a Tonecraft cable, you could probably be another $200 or so. And it's a real interesting thing. If I had to choose this stock cable with the Focals versus the Sonorous and the Tonecraft cable, there's some attributes I would prefer in this guy right here. I'd have to probably do a little bit more listening, but I would say there'd be more songs that I would enjoy to listen to with this combination than with this combination here. Okay? But if you put this guy onto there, it changes everything, and it puts it in a totally different league. Again, just a very rich, enjoyable sound, nothing to complain about, and I feel the only way to really outperform would be with the Sennheiser guys. The Sennheisers are a little bit more holographic sounding. Again, if you use just the stock cable, I feel you're easily missing out on 30%. Add in the Tonecraft cable to these guys, and puts it on a level of magical reference. But that aside, this is about the Focals, and I feel for a package at that $1,000 price point, you're getting a lot. You're getting a very enjoyable experience. I feel at the $600-700 price point, to kind of reiterate again, it's kind of a wash. I think you might be better off with the Sonorous 3 with the Tonecraft cable at that price point. Also considering, these are open back, which is always going to give you a little bit more air kind of in the background, but a good closed back headphone, is a little bit more versatile. If you've got some noise going on, if you if you're traveling and whatnot, and you want to block out some of that outside sound, there's definitely that immediate effect, where you're just simply blocking out extra noise from the outside. And then you're getting closer to that overall, that huge imaging and so forth, and great tonal balance. I mean, these have always had really good tonal balance. If anything, they're just a little bit, their speed is just a little bit slower. So that's why I think when you put fast signal technology on it, you speed that up, then you start to approach like what a more expensive headphone should be doing. So I think there's just one last thing to address, I guess. Let's just kind of look at the cable that came with it, you know, because basically it you know, cosmetically it looks like a nice cable. I think the connectors look decent, so those are fine. This could be better, but you know, again, that's not going to change the fact that this is basically a fairly cheap cord just put in a pretty jacket, and it's kind of a shame because that's one of the problems with our industry, is putting a pretty jacket on something and it doesn't really make it better. It's just gonna change the cosmetics of it. So it retains a lot of its shape and so forth. It's kind of clunky. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but most importantly, the sound quality, I just don't think it does it justice. Now, a lot of people will say, well, if cords made such a huge difference, why doesn't the manufacturer just include them as better? They were trying to create a great headphone and meet a demanding price point, you know. They do not specialize in signal technology. That is its own craft. It takes years to understand. So there's a lot of reasons why they don't. They might not even be able to, but it's also kind of like saying, well, every time I buy a can of Sherwin-Williams Super Paint, why don't they give me a $20 paintbrush with it so it does the best job, you know? Well, there has been companies that have tried to do that, and you know, it's a tricky situation. They could spend a lot of time and money and still put a cable on there that just doesn't deliver the level of efficiency that we found in the Tonecraft cable. And I think that covers it all. So get these if you're in the $1,000 price point, and let me know what you think. Enjoy your day.